Before the world map took its shape, this place was part of the deep ocean. Millions of years ago, tectonic forces lifted this land, forming the island of Hispaniola, and the Dominican Republic is one legendary half of it. The Taíno people were the first to settle here, living in harmony with the jungle, rivers, and sea. Symbols they left in caves still tell the story of a vibrant and peaceful culture. In 1492, Christopher Columbus arrived here, and with that, the Dominican Republic became home to the first European city in the New World, Santo Domingo, marking a turning point in human history. It wasn't easy to preserve identity through centuries of change. But the Dominican people rose up, fought through occupations, and reclaimed their voice, soul, and independence. White sand beaches, lush rainforests, and emerald mountain ranges. Nature here is a wild symphony. Every corner of the island holds a beauty that quiets the heart. But what lingers about the Dominican Republic isn't just the scenery, it's the feeling. The merengue echoing in the streets, the warm smile of a stranger, and the sense that, for a moment, you truly lived. Nestled in the heart of the turquoise Caribbean Sea, Saona Island shines like a jewel of the Dominican Republic. From above, it looks like a ribbon of white stretched across the ocean, a place where nature remains wild and pure. Millions of years ago, tectonic movements lifted limestone from the ocean floor. Over time, waves and wind sculpted its silky white shores and majestic coral reefs, giving birth to what we now call Saona. Long before Europeans arrived, the Taíno people lived on Saona. They called it Adamane, the land of life, a sacred space for spiritual rites and ancestral legends. As sunlight kisses the sea, the waters around Saona glow turquoise. Endless stretches of soft white sand are gently caressed by warm breezes and lapping waves. Saona is beauty made real. Beyond its beaches, Saona thrives with life. Mangrove forests, shallow lagoons, and rare wildlife, like sea stars, turtles, and migrating birds, make this island a sanctuary of untouched nature. Today, thousands visit Saona each year, yet the island's wild soul remains. From the small fishing village of Bayahibi, travelers cross calm seas to reach this Caribbean dream. Saona lies within the protected Parque Nacional del Este. It's not just an island, it's a preserved heritage where every footprint honors nature and echoes of ancient culture. Leaving Saona, you take more than pictures, you carry a feeling. A memory of standing in a pristine world where time slows down and your heart opens to nature's purest beauty. Puerto Plata, where the ocean touches the mountains. Here, the Caribbean Sea embraces a colorful colonial city where laughter, wind, and vibrant homes blend into one. Each morning, sunlight turns the waves to silver, shimmering like untold dreams. In the 16th century, the Spanish arrived and named it Puerto Plata, Port of Silver. Inspired by the way sunrise danced on the waves, The name speaks of a treasure gleaming quietly from the sea. San Felipe Fortress, built of stone, built of memory, has stood for centuries. Once a shield against pirates and invaders, it now stands to tell stories. Every stone echoes with pride and history. A cable car carries you to the top of Isabel de Torres, where Christ's statue watches over the city. Below lie lush forests, endless sea, and a quiet Puerto Plata unfolding beneath your feet. Playa Dorada, where golden sands meet blue waters. Beneath the swaying palms, time slows. The whisper of waves and the sun on your skin dissolve every worry, leaving only peace. Walking the old streets, you'll find bright Victorian homes and friendly smiles. Merengue music fills the air. This is a place where past and present dance together, hand in hand. Puerto Plata doesn't just look good, it tastes good. Traditional rum distilleries hum with life, blending oak, sugarcane, and thyme. From the hills, pure cacao delivers rich, soulful chocolate. When you leave Puerto Plata, you take more than photos. You carry a feeling, a place that touched your heart, where nature, people, and memory become one. A place you'll long to return to. La Romana isn't a loud tourist city. It's a place of calm, simplicity, and soul. Set beside the Dulce River, it began as a small village where nature and daily life flowed gently together. In the early 20th century, La Romana came to life with the booming sugar industry. The central Romana mill was built, bringing jobs and turning this quiet town into an economic hub of the East. The people of La Romana are known for their warmth. In the late afternoons, they gather on porches, sharing coffee and stories. That simple, honest joy is the city's true spirit. Can you believe it? Hidden in Dominican jungle lies Altos de Chavón, a recreated 16th century Mediterranean village built in the 1980s. Stone by stone, it brings an old Italian charm to the Caribbean. Here's a question. Which famous artist once performed at the open-air amphitheater in Altos de Chavón? A. Frank Sinatra. B. Shakira. C. Elton John. D. Carlos Santana. Take your guess. The answer's coming next. The answer is A. Frank Sinatra. He was the very first performer at Altos de Chavón in 1982. The stone amphitheater, set in nature, came alive with legendary music, a night to remember. The sea is turquoise, the sand pure white, and the sky feels infinite. It's the kind of beauty that melts your heart. La Romana isn't a place to rush through. It's where you pause, breathe, and listen. When you leave, you'll miss the afternoon light, the ocean whispers, and the silent smiles from a quiet corner of the world. Chavón River begins in the eastern highlands of the Dominican Republic, winding through lush jungle in a calm and steady flow. For thousands of years, it has nourished both nature and people, a true lifeline. The ancient Taíno people once lived along the banks of Chavón, honoring it as a sacred source. Petroglyphs, tools, and oral legends still whisper stories of the deep bond between the river and its people. Chavón is more than a river. It's a dramatic limestone canyon. Over millions of years, its waters carved deep into the earth, forming towering cliffs and breathtaking formations shaped by time itself. You might be surprised to know that Chavón River has starred in Hollywood films like Apocalypse Now and Rambo. Its wild cinematic beauty made it a natural set for unforgettable scenes. Today, Chavón welcomes thousands of visitors yearly. Boats glide gently along its waters, passing ancient bridges and lush forests, as if floating through another world, peaceful and untouched. At sunset, golden light stretches across the river like silk. Chavón speaks not with noise, but with silence and timeless beauty. It's a place that softens the soul and lingers in your memory. Tucked along the southern coast of the Dominican Republic, Ocoa Bay is an untouched treasure. No noise, no crowds, just calm blue waters, gentle hills, and whispering winds. A place where time seems to pause. Millions of years ago, shifting tectonic plates and marine sedimentation formed the basin of Ocoa Bay. Surrounded by soft hills, the bay is sheltered from strong winds, keeping its waters calm and warm year-round. Unlike most of the Caribbean, Ocoa has a dry, semi-desert climate. Rainfall is rare, but that's what makes this place perfect for growing grapes, an unusual gem in a tropical region. Ocoa Bay is the Caribbean's only coastal wine region. Vines grow in dry, mineral-rich soil, kissed by ocean breezes and constant sun, producing wines with a character you won't find anywhere else. Ocoa isn't about crowded resorts, it's about peace and nature. Stroll through the vineyards, sip wine under a tree, or simply let the wind and stillness calm your spirit. Locals have turned this dry land into fertile ground for grapes, olives, pomegranates, and fresh vegetables. Ocoa isn't just beautiful, it's a story of people reviving the earth with their hands. Just steps from the vineyard, the sea awaits. Ocoa's waters are still as glass, mirroring the deep blue sky. A boat floats quietly, a seabird glides past. Everything feels like a silent song. When you leave Ocoa, you don't just take photos. You carry the taste of wine, the color of quiet seas, and a feeling of peace deep within. It's a simple place, but one that never fades from memory. Located in the northwest of the Dominican Republic, Isla Cabra is a small, uninhabited island within the Monte Cristi Nature Reserve. The wind never stops. The sea whispers constantly. This place feels ancient and untouched by man. Isla Cabra was formed from limestone deposited over millions of years. Its rugged reddish cliffs bear the scars of time and tide. Though small, the island is a living record of the Caribbean's geological evolution. The old lighthouse on Isla Cabra no longer shines, but it still stands proudly beneath the sky. Once a beacon for passing ships along the frontier, it now serves as a symbol, a place where time pauses. No palm trees, no fresh water, Isla Cabra's beauty lies in its raw, desert-like charm. Thorny shrubs, cacti, and bare rock paint a rugged but captivating scene, where wildness is the truest beauty. Beneath its dry surface lies a vibrant world: coral reefs, tropical fish, and bright sea stars. Isla Cabra is a hidden diving gem where marine life still thrives in its natural, wild rhythm. Isla Cabra was once used for wild goat grazing, hence its name, Goat Island. The goats are long gone, but the name remains, echoing the island's untamed and forgotten past. Visiting Isla Cabra is stepping into the untamed. No phone signal, no tourist signs, just you and nature. The noise of life fades, leaving only waves, wind, and the breath of the wild. You won't find restaurants or hotels on Isla Cabra, but you'll take home something rare: the feeling of being truly disconnected, of living with wind, sea, and silence. A small island with a lasting memory. This is where history meets the sea. Santo Domingo, the first European city in the Americas, where time began to tick to the rhythm of the New World. Along the Ozama River, a new chapter of the world was written. Founded in 1498 by Bartolomé Colón, brother of Christopher Columbus, Santo Domingo became Spain's first stronghold in the Americas. Its stone walls, forts, and cobblestone streets still tell tales of bold conquest and early empire. Zona Colonial is where the past still lives. 16th century homes, churches, plazas, and narrow alleys transport you 500 years back. It's not just a destination, it's a journey through time. The Catedral Primada de America, the first cathedral in the Americas, stands tall at the city's spiritual core. Its thick stone walls and stained glass windows hold the echoes of faith and centuries. Santo Domingo isn't just old tales, it's a vibrant modern city. Bachata and merengue echo from street corners, motorbikes zip by, locals laugh loudly, everywhere pulses with color and energy. From the Columbus Museum to Alcazar de Colón, each room holds a fragment of the past. See the conqueror's bed, the noble's dining set, and breathe in the atmosphere of a vanished era. The Ozama River is more than scenery, it's the city's lifeblood since the beginning. From this harbor, Spanish ships once sailed with gold, sugar, and dreams. These waters have seen glory and sorrow alike. Today, Santo Domingo continues writing its own story, youthful, evolving, yet rooted in its rich past. This is a city where every street whispers, "I still have more to tell." Cayo Levantado is a dreamlike island floating in the heart of Saona Bay. With powdery white sand, crystal clear water, and swaying palms, it's often nicknamed Bacardi Island for its unforgettable beauty. Formed from ancient coral reefs and marine sediment, the island rose gently from the sea. Protected by the bay, Cayo Levantado enjoys calm waters and thriving marine life in its peaceful shelter. The island offers 3 beaches, each with its own mood. One for serene relaxation, another buzzing with visitors, and the last reserved for complete seclusion. Whatever you seek, you'll find it here. Just a short boat ride from Cayo Levantado lies one of the world's top whale-watching spots. Every winter, humpback whales arrive in Samana to give birth, and this island is the perfect gateway to witness it. Within the island are groves of coconut palms, home to seabirds and brushed by salty ocean winds. Though small, Cayo Levantado offers a balanced, natural refuge for both wildlife and people. Local vendors from Samana paddle to the island, selling coconuts, crafts, or playing live music. Cayo Levantado is not just about nature. It holds the authentic Caribbean soul in every rhythm. At day's end, the sun sinks behind distant mountains. A golden glow spreads over still waters, and the wind whispers like a lullaby. On Cayo Levantado, beauty isn't just seen, it's deeply felt. When you leave the island, you take more than pictures. You carry the scent of sea wind, salt on your skin, and a rare sense of peace. Cayo Levantado may be small, but its memory is vast. Valle Nuevo, perched over 2,200 meters above sea level, is one of the coldest places in the Dominican Republic. In the early morning, clouds hug the ground and fog wraps around the pine trees. It's a scene that defies the tropics. Valle Nuevo formed millions of years ago from tectonic uplift. Its fertile soil, cool climate, and high elevation gave rise to an ecosystem unlike any other in the Caribbean. Not palm trees, but pines. Valle Nuevo hosts one of the Caribbean's only natural pine forests. They stretch endlessly into the mist, creating a living fairy tale of shadow and light. Valle Nuevo is home to over 500 rare species of flora and fauna, many found nowhere else on Earth. Birds, butterflies, and alpine herbs form a magical, self-contained world of biodiversity. Amid the silent forest stands a monument to Francisco Camaño, a hero of the Dominican Revolution. Valle Nuevo is not just nature, it's sacred ground, touched by history and resistance. Valle Nuevo is the birthplace of major rivers, including the Yaqui del Sur, the longest in the country. From freezing mountain cracks, drops gather and form the lifelines of the entire island. At night, Valle Nuevo falls into a silent chill. Temperatures can drop below freezing, rare for the Caribbean. The sky fills with stars, sharp and clear, as if you were standing in the Andes or Himalayas. Valle Nuevo is unlike anywhere else in the Caribbean. Here, you can walk through cold mist, hear pines whisper, and feel time slow down. A quiet land, where nature holds the soul gently. Jarabacoa lies in the heart of the Cordillera Central, over 500 meters above sea level, where mountain breezes blow year-round and spring seems eternal. They say, when you come to Jarabacoa, your soul feels lighter. The name Jarabacoa comes from the Taino word meaning place of many waters. True to its name, 3 major rivers cross this land: Gimenoa, Yaqui del Norte, and Baiguate. Water is the pulse of this place. Gimenoa Falls, tall and commanding, crashes down a cliff surrounded by forest. The sound of the water is like a wild hymn echoing through the valley, a reminder of nature's pure strength. Unlike the mighty Jimanoa, Baguate Falls is calm and gentle. Surrounded by dense forest, its waters fall softly, like a whisper. It's where people come to meditate, to find themselves again. Jarabacoa is the adventure capital of the Dominican Republic. Whether it's rafting through rapids, paragliding from mountaintops, or biking through jungle trails, every thrill lives here, surrounded by wild energy. Thanks to its mild climate, Jarabacoa is a paradise for agriculture. Flowers, strawberries, tomatoes, leafy greens, all thrive here. Vast flower fields and fragrant coffee farms make life here vibrant and aromatic. People come to Jarabacoa not just to rest, but to heal. In the quiet of the mountains, they meditate, write, paint, or simply breathe. Nature here is not only beautiful, it's restorative. Jarabacoa isn't loud or rushed, but in its slowness, purity, and rawness lies its charm. It's a place not just to see, but to live, to feel, and to return to. Barahona is unlike the popular tourist cities. It's wild, quiet, and mysterious. Nestled between the Bahoruco Mountains and the Caribbean Sea, this is where land, sky, and ocean meet, a Dominican Republic still untouched. Barahona was shaped by ancient geological collisions, limestone mountains, deep ravines, and steep coastal cliffs. Over millions of years, nature sculpted a land of bold character and unique textures. Playa San Rafael is one of Barahona's most unique beaches, where mountain springs flow into deep turquoise sea. With white pebbles and crashing surf, it's a place where land and water compete in beauty. The road from Barahona to Paraíso is among the Caribbean's most scenic coastal drives. On one side, rainforest cliffs. On the other, endless blue depths. It feels like flying through a magical world. Not far from Barahona lies Lake Enriquillo, the Caribbean's largest saltwater lake, lying below sea level. Once an ocean floor, now it's a surreal land of crocodiles, migrating birds, and eerie beauty. Only Barahona holds Larimar, a rare sea blue gemstone found nowhere else on Earth. Discovered deep in the mountains, it's a gift from the land itself. Larimar is more than stone. It's a symbol of identity. Life in Barahona is slow, tied to the sea, the mountains, and the soil. Locals sell fruit by the road, dry fish in the sun. Everything here is simple but sincere, just like the nature around it. Barahona isn't just a place to see, it's a place to feel. Feel the mountain breeze on your skin, the salt in the air, and the rare stillness of a land still whole and wild. Boca de Yuma is where the Yuma River flows into the Caribbean Sea, creating a natural blend of fresh and salt water. The small village rests quietly by the shore, where time slows down and nature remains untouched. In the 16th century, Boca de Yuma's coast served as a haven for sailors and even pirates. Coastal caves like Cueva Bernard hold echoes of a bold and mysterious age of exploration. The Yuma River is not only beautiful, It's the lifeblood of the community. Fishermen take wooden boats deep into the forest to catch fish, crabs, and shrimp. On both sides, dense jungle preserves the region's tropical purity. Unlike many coastal spots, Boca de Yuma isn't lined with soft beaches, but rugged cliffs and rock formations beside deep blue waters. Waves crash, wind howls. It's raw, fierce, and beautiful. The people of Boca de Yuma live with the sea. They fish, cook fresh seafood, and share tales of the ocean. Life here is simple and slow, but rich in Caribbean spirit and heartfelt hospitality. Near Boca de Yuma lies the gateway to Parque Nacional del Este, a vast reserve of jungle, exotic birds, and ancient caves. It's a dream for nature lovers and wilderness explorers alike. As the sun sets, golden light spreads across the rocky coastline. The sea mirrors the glow, and the village falls into serene silence. In Boca de Yuma, each evening is a painting that will never be the same. Boca de Yuma has no noise, no towers, no rush. Yet in that silence, your soul begins to heal. Here, you can sit on the rocks, listen to the waves, and find yourself again. Cayo Arena is a tiny dream floating in the Caribbean. Just a strip of white sand surrounded by turquoise water, yet its surreal beauty makes you feel like you've stepped into a painting. From Punta Rucia, it's a 20-minute boat ride across calm waters. You'll pass coral reefs and circling seabirds. When the island appears, a tiny dot on the sea, your heart starts to race. Around Cayo Arena lies a vivid coral reef, where tropical fish dance in dazzling colors. With just a snorkel and mask, you'll enter another world, peaceful, vibrant, and surreal. There are no buildings here, just sand, wooden huts, and salty wind. You lie under a shade, surrounded by endless blue, and feel time slow to a whisper. It's just you and nature. Cayo Arena may vanish in coming years due to erosion. Its beauty is fragile and fleeting, but that's what makes it precious. Anyone who's been here carries an unforgettable memory. Located on the shores of La Isabela, Columbus Park marks the spot where Christopher Columbus landed during his second voyage in 1493. Here, he established the first European settlement in Latin America, ushering in a new era for the continent. La Isabela was a small village with great significance, the first European town in the Americas. It had a church, food storage, a forge, and homes, all built in Spanish style amid a tropical jungle. Today, visitors can see the church foundation, stone wells, and crumbling 15th century walls. Beneath the moss and ruin lie whispers of hardship and early survival in a foreign land. Here, the native Taíno first encountered Spanish culture. The early contact brought hope, but soon turned to tragedy, marking the beginning of centuries of colonization. Beside the park is a small museum showcasing pottery, tools, weapons, and even human remains from the 15th century. Each item silently tells a story, from Europe's first touch on the Americas. Today, the sea in front of the park is calm and clear. It's hard to imagine that right here, hundreds of Spanish ships once landed, bringing with them hope, faith, and the collision of two worlds. The church at La Isabela was the first in the New World, where the first Spanish prayers echoed across American soil. Though only foundations remain, this sacred ground holds both history and faith. Columbus Park isn't just about the past. It asks questions about identity, encounter, and the lessons of a conflicted beginning. It's a place not just to visit, but to reflect. Bavaro isn't just a beach, it's the image of a tropical paradise. Soft white sand stretches endlessly, turquoise water sparkles, and palm trees lean into the sun. This is the dream we've all drawn in our minds. Before fame, Bavaro was a quiet fishing village. In the late 20th century, tourism transformed it into one of the world's premier vacation destinations, welcoming visitors from across the globe. No camera captures the true color of Bavaro's water. It's a living mix of aquamarine, deep blue, and sky-reflected hues, shifting with sunlight and breeze. Each moment is its own masterpiece. At Bavaro, you do more than sunbathe. From snorkeling coral reefs and riding jet skis to parasailing above the sea, each adventure makes you feel fully alive in every moment. Behind the luxury resorts is Bavaro's heart, a local community where Dominican traditions thrive. You'll hear bachata from barbershops and smell fried plantains from busy corners. Each evening, the sun slowly dips toward the horizon. Orange light washes over the sea and gilds the palms, creating a moment that invites stillness and deep, grateful breaths. Bavaro has everything for the perfect escape: beachfront resorts, spas, flavorful cuisine, and vibrant music. It's not just travel, it's restoration for body and soul. When you leave Bavaro, you take more than photos, you take feelings. The sound of waves at night, laughter by the shore, and a peace like dreams. That's why people return, not just once. From afar, El Morro looks like a stone fortress rising from the sea. Standing over 240 meters tall, its vertical cliffs plunge into the ocean, marking where the land ends and the deep begins. El Morro was shaped over millions of years by erosion and tectonic shifts. Ancient limestone carved by wind and waves now bears strange grooves, tiny caves, and rugged textures sculpted by time. From El Morro's summit, you'll see Monte Cristi, the endless ocean, and even Haiti in the distance. The wind howls, the sky opens. It feels like standing between two worlds. Around El Morro lie lagoons, mangroves, and untouched beaches. Seabirds, iguanas, and red crabs roam freely, untouched by human hands. This is a place where nature still reigns. Locals say El Morro once sheltered pirates and smugglers. In the ocean breeze, some still hear whispers of secret shipments and the old dream of freedom carried by sails. El Morro isn't crowded nor loud, but its solitude by the sea and silence under the open sky make it iconic, a beauty that needs no explanation, only presence. Hidden in the Saona jungle, El Limón Waterfall is like a secret treasure. Invisible from afar, only after hiking rivers and climbing hills can you hear its roar, like a call from deep within the earth. To reach El Limón, you hike or ride horseback along shady trails, clear streams, and rustic huts deep in the forest. The deeper you go, the quieter it becomes. Just the wind and birds remain. El Limón stands 40 meters tall, pouring like a white ribbon over mossy cliffs. At its base is a clear pool where you can swim and feel the raw, living pulse of nature. The area around the falls is a blend of rainforest ecology, ferns, orchids, butterflies, and colorful birds. Even the droplets seem to refresh the air with a strange, vibrant energy. Before El Limón, people fall silent, not from fatigue, but from awe. Some beauty needs no words, only sensation, through skin, breath, and a racing heart. Leaving El Limón, you carry more than photos. You carry renewal. El Limón isn't just a place, it's an experience, a cleansing, and a reminder. Nature always knows how to heal. Monte Cristi is one of the least touristic regions in the Dominican Republic, yet one of the most untouched. From dry plains and coastal deserts to empty beaches, it's a land that sparks curiosity at first glance. El Morro is Monte Cristi's icon, a towering cliff jutting into the sea like a lone sentinel. From its summit, you can see a vast panorama where sky and water merge on the horizon. The area around Monte Cristi is a vast nature reserve of mangroves, lagoons, migratory birds, and sea turtles. It's where nature still thrives freely, untouched by urban sprawl. The town of Monte Cristi has a colonial charm, with Victorian wooden houses, quiet streets, and an old church. Once a bustling trade hub, every corner here whispers tales from the past. Monte Cristi's port once welcomed ships from Europe, the Americas, and the Caribbean. Though quieter now, it still holds the spirit of its prosperous past. Unlike the lush image of most of the Dominican Republic, Monte Cristi also has desert, dry land, sun-scorched grass, and scattered cacti. It's a landscape of heat, wind, and rugged beauty. The journey ends, but the Dominican Republic remains in the memories you carry. The waves, the jungle breeze, the warm smiles, things you can't pack, but always bring home. You didn't just come here to see. You came to feel nature, hear history, and connect with real life. The Dominican Republic isn't just beautiful, it's real. Each moment here is one of a kind. The sunrise through the palms, the view from El Morro, the mist rising from El Limón. They'll never happen the same again, but they'll always live within you. You leave, but the Dominican Republic doesn't leave you. It stays in your mind, and someday the call of its sea, its forests, its people will bring you back. This isn't the end. It's a promise to return. The Dominican Republic always waits with open arms, a place to slow down, feel deeper, and find yourself once again.